of Metro Vancouver's regional parks deserves to be uncovered, and that's what I'm doing. I'm Candace Ng. By the year 2000, a sizable collection of ecosystems and land features was represented. Visitation was in the millions and climbing every year. It took 30 years to get here, and now these new achievements presented new challenges: how to protect and manage these special places and welcome so many visitors.
One avid park visitor is Christie.
We brought out our first day trips from Vancouver book in 1988, and every 4 years since then, we provided a new addition to the public, and so much credit for that goes to Metro Parks. We've always got new parks to write about in every edition. They have a whole personality that really separates them from city parks and provincial parks.
See, those are shore crabs. They're the kind that live up here and they like to hide under the rocks.
When I look back over the history of Metro Parks, there's been a concerted effort to both restore places, such as where we're sitting here at Iona, and also conserve places, such as Burns Bog.
The value of regional parks as a protector of nature came about as the 21st century was unfolding. And this was when this philosophy of sustainability became central to GVRD operations and plans.
GVRD has committed to ongoing reporting of our sustainability performance and to accountability for annual results.
It's this idea of looking at things in the long term for the future and also as a whole. So it's affecting planning, it's affecting parks. And in 2005, that's when the word biodiversity first started appearing in reports. This idea of the parks and what they're for is shifting.
So the 2000s saw the designation of 5 regional greenways, which will be long linear corridors that connect communities and connect major parks.
Each of Metro Vancouver Regional Parks greenways serve both pedestrian use and for the wildlife corridors and protection of and connectivity of ecosystems.
The park system is now being supported in a variety of ways. For instance, a project began to protect and link lands along the Fraser River. And in 2000, an agency was formed called the Pacific Parklands Foundation to raise funds and awareness for regional parks.
With the internet's increased access to information, park planners were able to analyze and fine-tune the park user experience.
With all of this access to new information and technology, a closer eye is put towards the parks and looking at who's coming out to these parks. You know, seniors, people with different abilities, how are people able to get to the parks? So starting to look at the accessibility of them. And what are these parks themselves? So what kind of habitat are they protecting? The land base. So there's a lot more detail and finer tuning of these parks at this time. The big takeaway from the 2000s is protection, both within the park boundaries for the nature that the parks themselves protect, and also outside of the park boundaries in helping us lead more compact lives.
Without these parks, would our urban centres have sprawled further?
The folks who set up the regional park system were visionaries. Their plan had amazing intelligence to it, and we really hope that that vision going forward, we need to be thinking of this with the same passion and vision and conviction that those early, founders of the system had for, the next 100 years.
We need to protect these heritage landscapes that embody the spirit of the region. And if we stick to that, direction, then we'll be fine.
I think Metro Parks as they now stand are perfect in their own right. We don't need any of the tourist attractions that bring people elsewhere. I think the real value of regional parks is the access that they offer to nature.
I really enjoyed learning about the history of our regional parks, and I hope you did too. We have something that we should be really proud of. And we should be proud of the people that came before us too, the leaders and the people that supported them in this incredible visionary act that they took in setting aside this rich green space that's our regional park system. We have an extraordinary wealth.